back at all. Listen, Wendy, let's just say it. Can we just say this? Anthony Davis, when he got there, was supposed to be the one who became the Batman to LeBron's Robin, and he's just not good enough. Anthony Davis is a very good player, but they brought him in there to be an A+, and he's just not. And thus, LeBron needs to be the lead on that team because he remains the best player on the team.
He is that good, but only sometimes.
Well, but that's the same thing as not being good enough.
That's why it's so frustrating for people who are Anthony Davis supporters, because he gives you the reason to believe, but then he is not consistent in doing so. Now, look, even if LeBron played 35 minutes in this game, they probably still lose.
Right.
The Nuggets are awesome, and they played awesome. But if this is going to be their strategy, which is to use their depth, it's going to be tough. Because, by the way, Austin Reeves, who's really their third best player, he played 31 minutes last night. He's got to play more minutes.
So the one thing that I will chime in here is if we go back to last season, remember, Greeny, we were all in the set together when LeBron went down that month going into the postseason.
Yeah, they were done.
And then there was that run where AD did show up. I completely agree with you on the consistency piece, right? Potential is a compliment until you realize it is a goal not met, right? And that's kind of what we're dealing with when it comes to AD. However, I do wonder if you stick to the minutes restriction on LeBron, is that then a clear runway? Hey, you don't have a choice because you can't not be productive and we be -19 when LeBron's not
But the
around.
question is pretty simple. Is that a big game last night? I mean, to some degree it is. You're playing the champs. It's the opening night, and he had 0 points in the second half. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you?
Chris Paul played 34 minutes. The guy's got knee surgeries, arm
No one
surgeries,
is counting on Chris Paul to be the leader of that team. They are counting on Anthony Davis to be the best player on that team. Is that not fair?
I mean, if they count on him, they're going to get let down occasionally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And so that's where we are. And that's how you get swept in the Western Conference
And they
Finals.
gave him a $200 million or whatever it was extension in the offseason because they want him to be this guy. And he is who he is.
That's my point. And so what I'm saying is if the Lakers are going to go where they want to go this year, it is LeBron once again who's going to have to take them there. Yes?
Yes, but I think the how is what we start getting into, right?
Okay.
Like the how, what it looks like. I don't think it has to look like LeBron of 5 years ago. It's going to need more from AD, but I think the rest of that supporting cast has an opportunity to step up as well.
All right, so we've been talking about this morning, and again, Monica and Wendy are here, and no one loves this stuff more than Swagoo does, so I want to get him in here as basketball season begins. I'm trying to read the facial expression and the body language of LeBron there. It feels to me like he's saying, hey, man, what do you want from me? They only let me play 29 minutes. When I was out there, we got the job done, and I don't know how to take that one game into the season.
I think it's unfortunate. I've been listening to you, Monica, and Wendy talk, and the unfortunate part is we know that AD is a phenomenal basketball player. We just don't know consistency-wise what you're going to get night in and night out. And the hard part for LeBron is you got to challenge guys because you're a veteran, but you also got to understand that you need him more than you need anybody else on that basketball team. I think the Lakers, like that 5 that I watched last night while LeBron was in, obviously with Austin and you're looking at AD, they can be a team that challenge Denver. Like they can fight all the way, get the game to the fourth quarter and have opportunities late in games to win, but it's all predicated on Anthony Davis. And, you know, I watched AD at Kentucky. I watched AD when he got into the league. He was in New Orleans. That's my favorite team, the Pelicans, and a phenomenal basketball player. But this narrative has chased him for his entire career. And now you get to a point where you're supposed to be transferring as the face of the franchise, and you just got to guarantee these people something night in and night out.
I want to remind everyone, by the way, if you're just joining us, that he had 17 points in the first half last night and 0 in the second.
He also had 1 rebound the whole first half when Jokic had 9. But look, I understand this plan with LeBron. It makes good sense. The Lakers are looking at the last 5 years. They see all the injuries that he's had. They look at the depth of this roster. They look at where Anthony Davis is in his career. It makes perfect sense that they would do this. But you know what Mike Tyson says? Everybody's got a plan.
Right. Then they get punched in the face.
And this has been a plan with LeBron for years. I'm telling you, back in 2007, I was writing stories about LeBron's minutes being down.
Right.
Like, this is what gets said, that I've never seen him play less than 30 minutes in a high-value game like this. I don't care whether it's in October or I don't care if it's in April. So this is different. LeBron knows it. It didn't come as a surprise for him. Whether LeBron likes it or not is a different situation. I question whether they're going to be able to stick to it. But I'll tell you this. It's not just Anthony Davis that's got to play better. They've got to do some other things with that rotation that, you know, activate some other players too.
Monica, if I were just to ask you this, because what are we really asking? We're really asking, is LeBron's team good enough for him to carry it to a championship. That's what it's about at this point. He's in his 21st season. We're not asking if they can make a deep playoff run. They went to the Western Conference Finals a year ago. But I'm looking at the top of that West, okay? And I'll just say a team. You tell me, do the Lakers look better than them? Nuggets.
No.
Suns.
No.
Warriors.
Yes.
Kings.
Haven't seen him.
Mavs.
Better than the Mavs.
Better than the
You're missing
Mavs.
the Clippers.
The Clippers.
Clippers are
well,
big
who's
question
playing
mark.
for the
You're
Clippers?
missing the
Well, this is
Grizzlies.
my point. Well, the Grizzlies, 25 games without Ja Morant, what are we going to be here? The point I'm trying to make here is LeBron James cannot, 29 minutes a night or not, cannot carry this team to a championship. He needs someone to help him across the finish line, and that's going to be the question all season long. Is that person Anthony Davis? And if not, do they need to find someone else who can?
I mentioned this in the last part of our conversation. I think the how is going to be important, right? Like, if we could sit at this table and say AD needs to be a 20 and 10 guy, is that enough? I mean, some people might say he needs to be 25 and 12, right? To me, what is the primary thing that you want from AD, and then what is going to be the residue, so to speak? To me, if AD is the lockdown defender, the centerpiece of what the Lakers are trying to do, the offense will come. Just by nature of the way that the game of basketball is played, because he's playing alongside LeBron. Austin Reeves is getting better. I think Taurean Prince brings some versatility in terms of what they do. And he's huge. Like, he can still score the basketball. But to me, I don't love him ghosting in the second half of this ballgame. But if he is the centerpiece of this defense that is better this year, I think the offense will come.
So let's go big picture. It's one game into the season. Marcus, I know how big a fan you are of LeBron James. Will his team go? Last year, they got to the Western Conference Finals and won 0 games in it. Will they go further than that this year, or not as far as that this year?
I don't think they'll make the Western Conference Finals unless the guy we're talking about becomes dominant consistently.
What is it? Tell me what the numbers are, though, Swagoo.
So we talk about this in football all the time. AD's biggest issue is this, when you see it with a lot of guys. We talk about Dak Prescott.
That's it. Thank you. That's exactly what I
The
wanted you to
moments
say.
when we need you to be the AD that we see at times, he seems to never deliver in those particular situations. Last year in the playoffs, he had really good games. Next night, fall off. Those are the things where you start trying to determine, like, who are you all the time, right? And that's the problem when you talk about Anthony Davis. It's not about if he's a good basketball player. I hear you guys talk about it all the time, how tremendously talented he is. You watch the first half of that game. Like, nobody can stop Anthony Davis when in his mind he's like, I'm going to get this done. It doesn't matter. But when you got Nikola Jokic in Denver,
right,
who is not going to go away, regardless of if he doesn't score 30 points. He's going to have 15 assists.
Right.
He's going to have 20 rebounds. He's going to impact the game. And that's what you're asking from Anthony Davis. And now what Phoenix has done with KD and obviously Devin Booker, and we're going to have Bradley Beal coming later. Like, I don't know if AD can disappear and you good enough to go deep.
All right, so we're talking about the bigs in the NBA. We got a whole new one coming tonight, and we will set that up here in our Windy Watch. Time for Windy Watch. First of the season, Windy Watch. Here we go. What are we watching for tonight? Let's start in Boston.
Well, we're going to start in New York because that's where the Celtics start.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Joe Mazzulla has basically declined to name a starting lineup. He is not going to tell us. In fact, whoever he starts tonight, he's saying, I don't even know if that's going to be the case. You're not even going to be able to know my starting lineup for 20 or 30 games. He's got to choose between starting Drew Holiday, starting Derek White, and starting Al Horford. It could be genius. It could be he's trying to not make any of them upset. I question this, but the Celtics, that's probably the biggest question coming in for them tonight. Then, first time since January 2nd, we're going to see Zion Williamson in an NBA game. Believe it or not, guys, this is his 5th NBA season. Only played 114 games. When he was healthy last year, they were in second place. The Swagoo knows. Here come the Pelicans. Here comes Zion. Let's see what he does. Now, they are missing a huge piece in Trey Murphy. He's a vital outside shooter for them. But Zion Williamson is back. He's getting overshadowed by a lot of stuff in the West. We should not do that. When he is playing well, this is a formidable team.
And how about the big baguette?
Okay. I'm going to let that one go.
Love that.
Because I'm going to tell you, Victor Wembanyama, 51% shooting, 3 blocks a game in the preseason. I went back, looked up LeBron's rookie year preseason numbers. He shot 35%. He made 2 3-pointers the entire preseason his rookie year. Victor makes 2 a game. I know they're very different players. His skill level is vastly advanced to where LeBron's was at the same age.
Is he going to be an all-star as a rookie? Monica McNutt.
Yeah.
Will Victor Wembanyama
Yes.
make the all-star team?
Yes.
Who was the
Where's the
last
camera?
Who was the last rookie to make
Book
the
it.
all-star team? Duncan?
I
Book it,
believe
yes.
true rookie was Tim Duncan. I think Blake Griffin made it, but it was like his second year.
Will Wembanyama,
Yes.
is he going to be that good that fast?
Yes, I think, and the thing about this that is fortuitous, I know we can unlock all the conspiracy theories, whatever. He is with a Hall of Fame incredible coach.
Right.
Like, yes, he's gonna be an all-star, he's gonna be all rookie team, he's gonna be rookie of the year. Sorry to Chet, whoever else was in the conversation, sorry to that man. Yes, book it.
Marcus,
That is
you're from
ready
Louisiana.
to be-
Start using your French. We're going to start working on all of our
I'm with
French.
it. No, I'm with you.
Oui.
I'm
Très
with you.
bien.
Bring him
Monsieur
on the show.
Wembanyama. We are ready to go. Okay, and we are looking forward to it tonight. We will have his first game tonight.